It brings a different perspective.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, we all have strengths and weaknesses. And so it does bring a different perspective. I mean, I've been in offices where, groups where I'm the only female, and I've been in groups where there's 2 or 3 female agents, and I mean, I've always wanted just to be treated like one of the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to be an agent, not
Yeah.
a female agent, whatever. I just an agent. So
did you find that as a female agent that you had to prove yourself more often than not?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. And not because, I've always been really blessed. I've worked with a lot of really great guys who've treated me with respect and treated me like I was one of the guys and treated me like, I was an agent just the same. But I think that there is
same dark humor around you.
And so, and that's okay. That's what I want. But I think that because there are so few female agents, I feel like when you have a bad female agent, it's because then it's looked at like, it kind of casts a shadow on
the rest
all
of the
female
females.
agents, right? Because it's like, that's a bad female agent. When we have a bad male agent or a bad male cop, it's just
he's just an asshole.
He's just he's just the problem. It doesn't speak for everybody, And so as a female agent, I'm not trying to bring down the rest of us, right? I'm trying to, I do think sometimes you have to work a little bit harder to prove yourself, but it's okay. But I think once you prove yourself too, like I said,
you fall right in line.
It's been fine. Yeah. I don't have, I know people that have had, bad experiences as a female agent or felt like they weren't treated right or treated the same or whatever. And thankfully I don't have those experiences. I've worked with a bunch of really
27 years. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I'm trying to, so if you're wondering why we are vague about certain things, you have to be, because we're all still employed and we're not trying to get in any sort of administrative trouble with what we say here. So without getting into where you work, can we talk about what your specialty is?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So let's go with you, Brian, first. What is your specialty with what you do in law enforcement?
My specialty is very, very simple. It's narcotics. I work on a drug task force. Have worked on a drug task force for the last 24 years with state and local agencies, and we investigate narcotics trafficking.
Really? What's your favorite drug to do?
I
mean, cat.
Gotcha. Really, it doesn't matter. I would say the vast majority of the cases I work involve methamphetamine. It has been that way for probably close to 20 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. I enjoy helping outside agencies. I spend a lot of time working outside the Metroplex with the smaller agencies. A lot of the narcotics come from the bigger city to these small communities. And I find joy in helping those small communities battle their drug crime.
Okay.
I have some guys I work with at different state and local agencies outside of the Metroplex who I like them personally. And so we have a very good work relationship and have just found if we arrest someone in one of these outlying towns who, let's just say, is bringing a kilo of meth to that town once a week, if we're able to target and arrest that person, I feel like we make a better impact than we do if we arrest someone in the Metroplex with the same amount of narcotics. I don't know. It may not make any sense, but that's how I justify it.
You're cutting the head off of a snake in the Metroplex that it's just going to regrow.
Absolutely.
Like a hydra. And then you do that to a small town and you've effectively killed it.
Yeah. And there's always people who step up in those towns.
Harder and longer to find.
It is. But again, I've got buddies that work narcotics in those small towns, and we enjoy working together. And so we have a niche.
Okay.
And it's successful. And again, I feel like we make an impact.
Okay. So you've been doing this 20 years. How did that become your specialty?
I just think, I can remember the first time my boss told me to go to one of these small towns, that there was a request from the chief that they wanted some assistance. And we went, and again, just through the years have developed relationships with the officers, actually. Again, enjoy working with them. When we show up, they do what we ask. We can work together to target the individuals there in the town. And, again, just feel like when we arrest, one or multiple people, that we make an impact. They're very appreciative. From the mayor to the city manager, the chief of police, the narcotics lieutenant, everyone is super appreciative, and they just make it easy, and we're all, I think as a human, you're always going to go to where things are comfortable and easy. And, truthfully, any day I'm working in that small town is a day I'm not in the Metroplex, and that's always enjoyable also.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
there you go.